Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We have a guest on board, as you guys might have read from the title. He's an expert with Metaverse. He's been actively working with firms that are building the Metaverse.
Gaming design, NFTs, crypto, everything.
Everything.
Every question you have had about this chapter, he is the person to answer. He's a very good friend of ours. We went to college with us. He's a fellow architect. Now he has moved into something
very, very cool.
Very cool. Something that's upcoming, something we're still trying to figure out ourselves.
He's got a lot of workshops up his sleeve. He's been teaching students across the world from prestigious universities like Harvard, Bachelors, and this is really, really exciting.
It's a big honor for us to have him on board as well. And without further ado, here we have Aman.
Hello.
How are you doing, Aman?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling me here.
Gladly. Thank you for all your knowledge as well.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions for you coming up.
Yeah.
It's gonna
I just hope I can answer a few of them.
Don't worry. I think you should be. But before we get into all of that, let's just do a little recap or a base of
everything that's been happening with you.
So when we met in college. We were both in the same class. We were both architects. We still are architects. I remember you were very much into Greek architecture. That is my first interaction. I remember this guy. I remember he was like, "I want to be a Greek architect. Is my passion. That's what I want to do in life." And what happened? And then you've moved into much more since then. So can you give us a recap of your passion there and how it has translated into this now?
Yeah, I don't know actually, because the first year I know I was really into Greek architecture and I was into the pantheons and stuff.
Yes.
So I don't know. I think as years went by and as we learned about a lot of new architects and the upcoming technology, so I was interested in old as well as the new. Always, I was always into the new tech that's going
innovation
on. So I think when that came a lot in the world, I think that's when my mind and all my ideology about this shifted.
Makes sense.
And the passion just shifted. But it would be really cool in the future if we can merge the old and the new.
That would be I feel like you would be the guy to do it if that's possible.
Fingers crossed. I hope so.
And so then, so did your passion fade from Greek from within college or right after college? Because I still assumed when we were graduating that you would still jump into Greek architecture.
Well, I don't think it actually faded because I still read a lot about the Greek because I'm really much into the Greek mythology and the Greek gods and stuff. So I think it's still there, but I just don't find the time or the passion to actually incorporate it in the work at the moment. But I think in the future, now that you mentioned, I think I will be doing something really cool.
This is awesome.
Tell us how you've got from Greek architecture into crypto and NFT and Metaverse and everything. Which came first?
How was your timeline like?
Okay. So from college, I went to the computational design world. So I was much into it because from all the Zaha, Deed and stuff that we were seeing and the software. So I was getting into software at that time, but as the time went by, I learned about this new field, the computational design, which is supported by the big architects. Then I used to, I just put my hand there and I was learning a lot about the softwares and stuff that was going on. And then from there, I think, as the whole hype started off with the NFTs and stuff. And so from there, I kind of just jumped into crypto because I heard a lot about the Bitcoins and how people are investing a lot of things. So I started to research a lot about it. And I kind of just felt that it probably already is a upcoming trend and maybe it could probably change the whole scenario of the economy and how we deal with the economy at the moment. So I think it's something that was really cool to me that time and that's how I got into it.
Were you someone who had invested or cared or even gave a shit about Bitcoin when it happened years ago? Or did you think it's gonna...
I think you were too young, right?
Yeah.
But when
I agreed, but did you have... I remember hearing about it, but I was just okay, what is this? I don't care. Was that your attitude? Do you remember when Bitcoin built up, oh shit, I remember now is this much that this had come up and everything.
Exactly. I think I did hear about it when I was in, I think, first year itself. I think I saw a couple of news, but I didn't really have...
We didn't see how big it would get back then.
I didn't see how that was going to be the future, but it just boomed. in
So
one,
cool.
and in a year's time. So it was really cool.
Yeah. Did you, before you got into Masters itself, did you had decided, okay, I'm gonna use this and convert it into my, like, you were really great with computational technology and parametrics and all of that. So were you very sure that that's exactly what you want to do? Or did you do your Masters to explore what that was like?
No, I think before going to the Masters, I knew exactly what I had to do. I was always into computational, and even though I think sometimes my parents don't actually liked it, that
Understandable. It's a little different.
It's because it's a very different field, and I totally understand them. It's totally different, but I think I just knew that I had to do something very different and something very unique. So that's why I just went
and you
for
did
it.
2 Masters too, right?
Yeah, I did 2 Masters.
Which is the other one that you did?
So I did one Masters in Advanced Architecture, which kind of deals with materiality and computational design.
Okay.
And the other one, I solely did Masters in computational design itself.
And you did both in Spain?
I did one in Spain and one in the UK.
Oh, wow.
UK. Okay. And
Sorry. No, I just wanted to ask you, how did you choose, okay, these are the 2 universities I wanted to go to?
Well, the first one was kind of, the first one was just me applying everywhere and just by luck getting wherever I want. But I did get a lot of feedback, but I didn't get from the ones which I wanted personally. I think I applied to both the AA and Bartlett, but that time I didn't get in. So I
That's
was
okay, you're teaching students from there now.
like a fuck you situation. But yeah.
So, I mean, so I didn't get it, but as soon as I got IAC, because I heard that, even IAC's a big, college and institute. So, I went for that as well. So, I went to IAC, I did my master's there, and then after that I was just, again applying to other firms, institutes. And then I got into the second one. And I was just like, okay, I'll just go for it. Like, I begged my mom and she finally agreed. So then,
So did you do them simultaneously or like?
Separate.
I did them separate.
So they were 2 years each, 1 year each?
1.5 year.
How long is it going to be graduated?
It's too long.
It's only been 2 years.
I mean, COVID happened, so that probably took a lot of our...
Yeah, that's actually really nice.
Yeah. How was your education experience there compared to over here when you did your bachelor's?
Oh. Am I allowed to say this?
It's okay.
But I think it was really, really cool. Over there, obviously they have a different mindset because the faculty there is all foreign. They're from some of them from Spain, some from Italy, some from the UK itself. So their mindset and their concept and the way they think are like totally different from us.
Yeah.
And that was something that I got to explore a lot.
Was it very hectic? Like, you were doing 2 courses and...
It was definitely very, very hectic for me because I remember when I was doing the second master's, I was doing 2 jobs at the same time. So I was doing one over here at ADAS. I was working for a gaming company, and then at night I used to do the master's. So that was really, like, that whole year
just went by.
Was just like almost close to hell for me.
Understandable.
But
it definitely paid off. Like, you are doing something you want to do now.
Yeah.
And you're at the top of your game. So.
And so far, I think I've actually just looking into masters, and he's done 2 at this point. So that's already. And I'm glad you're doing something that you wanted to, and it's really working out with your initial view of life of doing something unique. And it's great how the world actually opened up its opportunity into NFTs and Metaverse and everything. Right when you wanted to jump into something like that. So I think it kind of just like the world paved its way for you, and that's really awesome. I'm glad you took the initiative and went with it as well.
What about the design workshops? Like, you, I think, joined as a student, and now you're like a tutor there,
So I did my first workshop already. So I was working for a company. I am still working for them. It's called Sensory Orbit. They're UK Istanbul based. So I work for them. So what we did was there's this platform called Digital Worlds Futures. So they basically hold these summer workshops. Like, they hold around 200 workshops. And our company was one of the ones that they asked us to, have a workshop on, computational design or something. And then luckily I got chosen to be an instructor there. So so that was one of the first things which I, went on to. Like, I was looking forward to it because I always wanted to, get into this. And then I think when I got into it, I kind of just entitled the workshop Liquid Architecture in the Metaverse. So I solely, focused on that.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, that one.
Damn.
That one really nice.
Yeah. How do you practice architecture in or are you completely detached from it now?
At the moment, I'm
architecture
detached.
as we know it, maybe.
The traditional stuff. The blueprints and stuff, and I don't really go much into it now.
I think we should get into a Q&A session.
I think,
definitely. All right.
I think we have a lot of good questions from a lot of people. Thank you so much for all the questions. It has been overwhelming to say the least, but
I know we spammed a couple of you initially.
10 questions, please. But we got really good questions, and thankfully we will have answers to them as well.
Yeah, we got so many. We might have to club a lot.
I think it should be fine.
Start with some of the basic questions.
Yes, we have a lot of questions from a lot of followers, but they're very basic, and it's okay. I'm quite new to the topic as well. I think reading anything about it stresses me out. So I think it's easier than anything for you to just tell me what things are.
Yes.
Start with a very basic thing of what is an NFT.
Okay, so a good way how I like to describe it is, first of all, the full form is called a non-fungible token.
Okay.
So first we go into what fungible and what non-fungible means.
Okay.
Now, fungible means something that can be easily replaced.
Okay.
So a non-fungible can be the opposite of it, which can't be replaced. So something that's very unique to a person.
Okay.
An example which I can give you for non-fungible is basically, I think it's the most common example if you Google search it, where you have, so if you place $1,000 bill in the table, I can take that and place 500 on top of it.
Okay.
So that $1,000 got, it's matched and it's replaced.
Okay.
But suppose if I put the Mona Lisa painting on the table, now I can't replace that with any other art that's there. So that painting itself is unique to a person, whoever owns it.
Yeah.
And that's something that's called the non-fungible. And the token is the crypto, it's a form of the cryptocurrency that you have. So it can either be Bitcoins or it's Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Yeah, it's like a different form of crypto.
Okay.
Yeah. So to wind this whole thing up, an NFT is something that you can own, which is solely bound to you, which could be transferable as well to other people. So you can sell your NFTs or you can buy NFTs.
Like trading Pokemon cards?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the cool thing is, I think 2 months back or a month back, I was reading about this. So there's something called the soulbound tokens, which is going to be coming up. So that's something really cool. Now, a soulbound is basically something which can't be, transferred to any other person. Now, the use of this is basically, suppose if you're graduating from a college and the college wants to give you a degree, so not in the form of a physical document, but in a form of an NFT.
Okay.
So they can give you this soulbound token, which is basically bound to you. So it's like an accolade which you have achieved in your lifetime. So you can't trade this with any other, student.
Yeah.
And it's only bound to you. So this is something that's, coming up. Yeah. And I think that's probably going to be a future.
That's a really good example also. I was wondering how would you explain it? It's actually a really good example. Fair enough. Okay, so that is. And another question that we got, we have a few of them actually. One is, why is everyone talking about NFT? But I think that's just the hype of, everything.
Yes. Yeah, the first one, I think when it first started off, this hype started off, that time it was just for the art.
Yes.
Like how you have the Bored Ape collection, which I'm a big fan of. I wish I can buy them, but they're for $1 million. I can't. So you have the Bored Apes, you have the CryptoPunks and stuff. So these are the different collections. So that time people used to buy just for the art. But then what they did is slowly as time went, so many people was getting into NFTs, creating NFTs and stuff that, it was almost losing the value of an NFT.
Okay.
So what people did is they invented this new thing in NFT called, it's called smart contracts that you can attach with your NFT.
Okay.
So what a smart contract or a utility is basically, if I buy an NFT, suppose if I buy an NFT of say a cafe.
Okay.
So a cafe has released a collection of NFTs.
Okay.
And if I buy any one NFT from the collection, now maybe there is a function that is attached to that NFTs. So if someone buys this NFT, you get like a 50% discount in the cafe the whole time you purchase something.
Okay, so that's like an added advantage.
It's like an added advantage to the NFT.
Right.
So that's something that's given more boost.
Yeah. So you give them incentives basically to buy it. That's nice.
Like a membership.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for example, the biggest example which I can give you is if you buy a Bored Ape NFT now, you get free access to the Bored Ape Fest, which is held every year. So, in this year, there were my big idols, Eminem and Snoop Dogg had come and, they were giving a,
Snoop Dogg's very active, no? In Metaverse. Like,
he's
he created
big.
a song.
He's a big G.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, another question that we have is how do you buy and sell NFTs?
Okay, so to buy an NFT or to sell an NFT, you need a crypto wallet, and which you can probably download into Google. You can just go to Google and find any crypto wallets that are there.
Okay.
I think the most common one which I use and which a lot of people use is called MetaMask.
Okay.
MetaMask.io. So what you do is you go in MetaMask, you download the extension which gets installed on your web browser, and you create an account, and you basically have an address which you need to keep safe.
Okay.
Always. So that address you basically give, or you give to the blockchain, which is the NFT sites, to basically create or sell your NFTs over there. So once you've created a crypto wallet, say, then you need to decide on which platform do you want to sell your NFTs. So the most common one is OpenSea.io or Foundations.
Okay.
You create an account there, attach your crypto wallet to your account in your blockchain, and then just sell it, just upload it.
Which one do you recommend for platforms?
I think because this thing for NFTs is whenever you're uploading an NFT to the blockchain, you need to pay a gas fee, which takes a lot of like I'm a member of Foundations, and every time I do anything to my NFT, like if I want to change my buyout price, or if I want to upload something, if I want to upload any NFT, I need to pay a gas fee, which is like $30-40.
Okay.
That's a lot for doing anything.
And to your own art.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like, do you make your NFTs on this platform, or do you make it separate and upload it onto the platform?
No, you make it separate and you can just upload it on the platform.
And what software do you use to do that?
I use a lot of softwares. I think the modeling softwares I use Houdini, Maya, ZBrush and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then to render it out, I use Octane or Keyshot, something like that.
Yeah. Can you buy the second part of the question? If you can buy NFT with both cryptocurrency and regular currency?
Well, as far as I know, regular currency, no. But you can obviously you need regular money to convert into crypto.
Yeah.
So I would say indirectly yes.
Just not directly.
Yeah, just not directly. But
Then this is a very good question.
You ask it.
What gives NFT its value? How, if you're selling it, how do you decide a value?
And how does it keep changing?
Yeah. And how do people decide it's worth buying it? Like,
I mean, that's a really good question. But I know a few artists who think high about their art and they sell for humongous prices, which makes sense. I don't judge them.
It's their work. They have the value.
But there are a few other artists who play it smart, who make really good artwork, which I've seen a lot of artists make really good artwork, but they sell for so cheap. And the reason why they the reason why they do that is because they want to engage the community as much as they can. So they know that community is not going to buy with a lot of money artwork, but they will buy very, if it's affordable.
Yeah.
So they purposely sell their artwork for very less so that, they can engage the community as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like how you drop subscription rates.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a very super question. Now, example, I'm not talking a very basic pen to paper way. I draw a flower. this is my supposed NFT.
Yeah.
I sell this flower to you. Okay. Now she likes the flower I made you. She tells me I want the same thing. But she can customize a little bit or not customize a little bit. Do I have the liberty to remake the exact same thing I made you and sell it to her?
Or has the memory already been stored on the blockchain?
I think that's a really good question.
Thank you. I was really like trying to figure it out.
That's a really good question, actually. The original owner always, stays there.
He's the artist.
Yeah,
or the person sell it to.
Yeah, the one person who's made the NFT, who's uploaded the NFT is always there. As far as I know about you giving me the artwork and then you... Okay, so...
Replicating, not
two
giving.
options.
Okay.
So when you upload NFT, you get to decide how many copies of the NFT that you want to sell in the world.
Okay.
So if you want one NFT to be like very, very rare, obviously you'll sell only one piece of an NFT. But some people sell 10, 15 pieces. They upload it on the blockchain. So people can buy 15 pieces of the same artwork.
And you can change this number anytime?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to pay the gas fee.
Oh, that's it. But other than that's it for this lot. But as a creator of an NFT, you have a lot of creative liberty in your art.
Yeah. Well, so that's why I think I would recommend, if you're getting to NFTs and if you want to be a designer, it's better that you think out the collection that you want to make,
right?
Like all your different changes that you want to do to
Fair
NFT.
Yeah.
And
not
once you're happy with it, you can just upload it once. Like you don't have to deal with anything.
Okay, not like figure out a creative block through it. Like always have a plan.
Yeah. Always have a plan. Have a collection before you actually want to get into NFT.
I was just wondering, and then what is this NFT used for? Is it just a collection that you keep on your account?
Well, as of now, I think it's just a collection. But as I said, with the smart contracts and stuff, people are getting added bonus.
Yeah.
So I know another example which I can give you is I know one creator who's really into tutorials and stuff. So he made an NFT and he's giving out that NFT for a premium subscription for his channel, where he can 1-to-1 teach you.
You're saying we can continue this podcast on Metaverse with this?
Yeah, for sure.
Find us there, guys. That's where we're going to be next.
This is awesome.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
I had another question, which was basically like same thing. I make a flower, I give it to you. For example, you're an artist as well. So I give you something. She wants you to tweak it. Okay, so now can you tweak my design and sell it for a higher, lower price, whatever someone else? Yeah. So I have no ownership over it anymore once I give it to you. But
once it's changed, no. It's sold as a different art.
So how do you keep copyright issues? Like how do you deal with copyright issues and how do you trademark something?
Yeah, well, as of now, the artists who are original artists, they get a tick like how we have on Instagram. They get a blue tick on OpenSea.
Okay.
Because, like you said, there were a lot of cases that were going on because people were creating the same account with the same profile picture of the original artist and selling the same pieces.
Yeah, because a lot of applications, a lot of things will happen.
That's when they introduced this blue tick. So that
but what if I'm an original artist who's verified and I decided to duplicate someone else's artwork?
God bless you.
But there's no way you can figure it out, no?
At least so far, I guess.
So far, I guess not.
How long has it been now since the Metaverse and everything has been introduced?
I think like at its peak, 1 to 2 years.
Yeah. So I think they're still figuring out the tweaks.
They're still figuring out all the small changes.
And now we go into NFT designs. The first one, what are the requirements for NFT art design?
NFTs can be anything you want. I mean,
it can be 2D, 3D.
It can be 2D. You can even click a photo of an apple and put it as an NFT if you want. And people do buy it for some
reasons. I get it.
Some reasons.
Okay. What is your design process involved in creating NFTs?
Oh, my design process. Starting off, I would say I was more into environment design and stuff, like creating environment assets and stuff like that, and trying to like visualize it. But then, slowly I got into character designs and avatar designs. So I think the first step is always to know what you're going to design.
Yeah.
That's really important. Then the next one would be I would probably think of what I want to do. Like, do I want to do something funky? Do I want to do something very chaotic? So I try to like then just gather reference images as much as possible, which mood of the style which I want to go for.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't, just go through and save each and everything. I just look at them and just think in my head. Like, I'm not that organized. So I do that, and then after that, I just like create stuff on. I use Houdini first. Yeah. So in Houdini, I can, since it's a very procedural software. With the tweak of one button, I can change the design how much ever I want. So I think that's what I use first to create my base shapes and stuff. And after I'm satisfied with some shape over there, I kind of like then just shift to Maya or Grasshopper and stuff to, add more details. And then at the end, I again take it to ZBrush to sculpt some different sort of things. And then after that, just take it to a render engine and test out. I think nowadays the render engines are taking me a lot of time because I'm really like looking for professional shots.
Yes, makes sense.
So yeah, I think that takes me a lot of time to decide what setup I want.
How long does it take you approximately to make one NFT?
I think it could take me like half a day now. Because when I first started, it would take me like 3 to 4 days. But now I think I just got the hang of it.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
But this is on your personal side of things, right? This is not integrated with what you're doing in your job role.
No. This is just my hobby. This is just a nice hobby that I have.
Yours is very...
which my mom and dad hate.
It's an expensive hobby, but it'll pay off. It'll pay off.
Yeah. Let's move on to Metaverse.
Yes. Okay, I'll ask these.
Yeah.
So the first question we have is, what is the relationship between NFT and Metaverse?
Okay. So before going there, I would say what the Metaverse is.
Yes.
So there are different kinds of Metaverse. The one that I work in is, so in general, what a Metaverse is it's basically like a virtual platform where, with the help of 3D, virtual reality and augmented reality, you can get a more immersive experience with the virtual world, and you can have meetings inside. You can meet your friends inside. So it's like basically a game. I'm not sure if you've heard about this game, Sword Art Online. It's an anime actually. So it's something like that where you basically just put on your headsets and something, and you just go into some other virtual world, and you're basically a character of that world. And you can do whatever you want. So
it's kind of like our childhood game of Club Penguin, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or like Sims or whatever.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what the whole thing is all about. So at the moment, people are using it for more professional functions, like having meetings there, having exhibits over there. And that's pretty much what I do. I put art exhibitions in the Metaverse, and people come to see the artworks and stuff. And basically,
so you can do your NFT as an exhibition
exactly.
within the Metaverse.
That's what I was about to say. The relationship between NFT and the Metaverse is to have an NFT exhibition inside the Metaverse.
Oh. Damn.
So what I do is, I think the latest thing which I've done with my workshop was the students. So they were actually they made their NFTs and they uploaded on the blockchain.
Okay.
So they were uploading it on foundations.org. And what we did is we generated a QR code of their NFT profiles.
Yeah.
And we put that QR code in the Metaverse as well as the visual image of their NFT. So people can actually go inside, they can see the exhibition. If they like the artwork, they can, with their phone, scan the QR code, go to their blockchain site and just buy it from there.
Damn.
So that was something that
was so simplified compared to what
it's totally
You
simplified.
give very good examples, I must say. It's really making it easier. Do you do workshops? You should. Okay, so that's fine. And then, what is the design process behind creating a metaverse? Can you create a metaverse of your own? Or
Well, you can create your own land inside the metaverse, but you can't
technically you can, but
technically you can if you have loads of cash.
fair enough.
But there are different sites for going inside. So there's one called Sandbox. There's Decentraland, where we get put our workshop exhibitions in that.
Okay.
So there are different sites of metaverse at the moment. So you can choose which you want to do.
Yeah.
And just
So
go
you,
to build.
sorry.
Sorry.
Carry
No,
on.
it's fine.
No, I want to ask you, so if you're doing workshops, right, with this firm, are you holding those workshops within the metaverse, or is it like a Zoom link? How is that?
So at the moment, it's only a Zoom link because it's very, very new, and
Yeah,
I didn't,
not many people will have access.
not
Yeah.
very, but I have gone through presentations by Patrick Schumacher and Zaha, all those fancy
Yeah.
people. I've attended a lot of their presentations via the metaverse.
Okay.
So I was seeing their avatar, which Patrick Schumacher or anyone made
Yeah.
from their house, and I could see
Damn.
that, and I'm basically just seeing a virtual.
Person.
But how do you think, like, because metaverse gets a lot of backlash on saying, crypto is not sustainable, or the crypto mining is generating so much energy. What is your take on that?
Yeah, actually, I did a few crypto. I was into Bitcoin mining as well. I mined, like, I wouldn't say a lot, but enough. But yeah, I think my electricity bills did go up that month.
Oh shit.
So I think at the moment, I think it's not where it's supposed to be. I would say, but sustainable. But I think metaverse is quite sustainable. It's all virtual, so
Yeah.
I don't think how it's got to do with the environment.
Yeah. You can reduce like the amount of infrastructure we have in real world.
Exactly.
To do
So
so many
I mean,
things,
the only thing is you need your Wi-Fi, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you probably just need that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But other than that, you get a whole immersive and really fantastic experience.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like-
But do you feel like, say example, now you told me that you're holding exhibitions for like art exhibitions or museums or whatever in the metaverse.
Yep.
Don't you feel like it's good, so I can attend anything in the world from in the comfort of my own zone?
Yep.
This is a little different from the topic though, but don't you feel like the whole experience of going to an art museum and looking at the art with your own eyes and like seeing it, and
Yeah, for sure,
you
definitely.
we definitely are losing out on a human touch and a human
I mean,
ideology of everything, right?
of course, yeah. That's one example that
That's a negative of
it's
the
a negative
process.
of it, but it's a really good opportunity for artists who have whose works don't go up in
Yeah.
exhibitions.
Yeah,
Say,
for them,
That's
yes,
true.
who
right.
aren't famous as much as the
Yeah.
other
This will
people.
give access, I
Just
think.
do
Yeah,
That's
so
the
this
biggest.
creates a big opportunity for the small artists to come and show,
Their
because
work.
I believe that if we're in a game or if we're in a virtual world, you want to see every part of the exhibition.
Agreed.
Because when I'm walking in a museum now, I'm not sure if it only happens to me. I just want to get out of there as soon as possible because it's super crowded.
Yes.
So I just like look at the most famous artwork inside the exhibition, and I just go out. I don't see the ones which are not,
And important enough.
famous or anything. But in this world, I think you can actually go around, take your time, see all the works.
What about like example now we both attend a exhibition or a museum space or whatever that she is hosting. Now you and I both guests in the space. Is there an option for me to just like you said, just gets overcrowded, right? I'm sure a lot of people. Is there a way that you can block out everybody else in the metaverse, which you're the only one experiencing the entire
for
space?
sure. So you have all these options. You can, because in the metaverse, it's not just like you see the other character, you can actually hear them.
But you have an option to also not hear
Yeah,
them.
so if you go, say, suppose if I'm like 5 meters away from another character, I won't be able to hear him. So if I go around 2.5 meters,
Okay.
I'll be able to hear what he's speaking at home. So it's like, so you can actually mute people if you don't.
But you can also make yourself be muted from everybody else.
Yeah.
What if people are like stealing stuff from the museum in the metaverse?
That's actually one of the questions we got. How is theft managed in metaverse?
No, at the moment it's a big thing. Like, I mean, theft at the moment for NFTs and stuff, it's like creating a lot of the scam is very high, the rates of this scam and stuff, but
Absolutely.
they're definitely figuring out what to do with these. I don't have an answer for that.
No worries. Then you do that as well.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? You don't do anything? Okay, fine. Next question.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Another question is. The next question is, how does the ownership of the metaverse work?
Even for example, I feel like we always, at least when I heard about metaverse, everyone just kept talking about how decentralized it's going to become, because now we're so dependent on banks and so corporations.
Yeah.
And metaverse is going to be like basically just crypto miners and all of them running it, right? So it's decentralized. And then now like Facebook is coming up with their own meta.
Yeah.
Like, what is your take on this? Like, how is this ownership working? And yeah.
I mean, at the moment, it's quite hard to tell because, like you said, Facebook is planning on going full meta in like 5 years or something. They announced, but at the moment, we just have like a few websites where we can go and create our own metaverse lands.
Yeah.
But I think in the near future, what I feel is like if it really booms, like as it's booming right now, and if it doesn't fall apart, I think we will be able to create our own metaverse like within ourselves. Like I'm sure there'll be like very creative ways to like they'll give out to people like they can create their own worlds, at least the building blocks, but the things that you put in your world, it's solely up to you. So I think that's something that needs to be done if they really want to take it to the next level.
Okay.
Like what is the game?
Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out for so long. But yeah, okay, fine. The next question is, how
to get involved
involved with the metaverse? How do I as an architect get involved with the metaverse?
Okay.
And same thing as a graphic designer.
And as a normal
As
user.
any person.
Okay.
Like you said, how to make an NFT. Like you said, no, download this and get into that and then link this and everything. How do you do that with the metaverse?
Well, for fun, people just go on any of the sites, say like Sandbox or Decentraland, and they can just create their blocks, whatever. That's as a hobby. But if you really want to get into like professionally, if you want to get into it, at the moment, it's quite hard to find companies which are solely dedicated for metaverse. Oops, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I think but there are few companies, if you do get in there, they, they work solely on the metaverse. So I know a few. It's called Sensory Orbit, which I work for, is working in the metaverse. So they are partnered with Illuser, which is a metaverse creative agency, which is like totally into metaverse. So what they did, I think one of the projects which I really know is they collabed with BMW to showcase their 2021 model or 2020 model in the metaverse. So people were attending the grand reveal inside a virtual world.
That's kind of cool.
And do you need cryptocurrency to start with metaverse, like to join? And
you can have no money and be in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
How do you think metaverse will impact the reality as we know it?
Like how I said, how it changes.
Do you think it'll be a dystopian, like Matrix and all of that, or do you think it'll just be a positive?
I mean, if it were up to me, I would create something very chaotic, not chaotic in that way, in a very sci-fi way, because I feel that all the designers out there who experiment with all these different styles, even they want to see something that's very very crazy, and I feel that this is the only opportunity where everyone gets to do whatever they want, create stuff which people have never seen, and try to just create a very sci-fi world.
Pretty cool.
What do you think about Matrix? Have you watched the
Matrix?
Okay.
I watched it. It was good, but I wouldn't say it was better than the first one. But it was
I don't watch
definitely
the
good.
last one, but towards the end, I started getting very anxious. Oh my god, is this what's gonna happen? Are we already in that cocoon? I was and then I was okay, the only way I can get over this is if I can see how it can resolve the current problems that we have. And I think that's how I kind of started getting it's fine, it's actually really good. I mean, there was when you mentioned MetaMask, I was thinking I saw something else on MetaMask saying how we'll hold all your information. So instead of having a wallet with a debit card, a credit card, an Emirates ID, this is just gonna resolve so many of our everyday life, right?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the blockchain is it's very open. It's very public. Yeah. Not in a way that they're going to give out your information, but every transaction that's happened, that happens in the blockchain, will be seen by everyone. So even if you have any, if you have any problems or anything with anything, suppose your transaction fails, you can always go back and tell them that, listen, it's all public, it's very clear. I've done it, but the system didn't show anything, which is very rare. But I'm just giving you an example that it's because it's so public, it solves a lot of issues.
So anyone can see any amount of what is another person's wallet like? What are their transactions
wallet like? Just the transaction that so and so person has bought this for this much. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
Right.
Another question is, what softwares do I need to know to be part of the designing assets for the metaverse?
I would say any software you can start off with. Well, it solely depends on what assets are you going to make.
Okay.
If you want to go industrial and stuff, I just tell everyone just get into Maya or Houdini, because these two are the best softwares at the moment for creating assets, both procedurally and hand done. So these two, I think, is a must to know if you want to create anything at the moment. And the rest one are pretty simple, like Grasshopper and stuff. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys need it, but you can always go for it.
It should always be extra.
It should always be an option, yeah.
But so what's your job role like working for a company what do they exactly do in the metaverse?
So we have a lot of clients that ask us for NFTs and creating avatars and creating stuff inside the metaverse. And basically, I'm just a computational procedural artist there. So I kind of like give them options of the stuff that they want to see. And the ones that they like, I try my best to create NFTs out of it. So I create the NFT collections for them.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it. So there was one really big one which we got was from a client here in Dubai itself. They actually want a whole exhibition space. So they actually want to build a whole exhibition space inspired by their logo. And their logo was somewhat like a fly or a dragonfly sort of things with wings and stuff. So we had to actually make a whole plan, a whole, organic city with that. So that was really fun. So I had 2 more people working with me in that one, and that was really, really fun. But yeah, I think that you got the idea of
Were you hired Were you hired in this company because you have an actual background and you know these softwares, or it was just like anybody could have gotten this job? Like, I'm not like anybody to replace you, but like, has this helped?
I think when I was in my Masters, I was looking for jobs simultaneously. So, and also I was into softwares a lot. So I was just, going around and asking people. So the deans of my college were like really, really helpful. I was asking them like if there's any job for this computational design, because it's very hard to find jobs in computational design solely.
I agree.
And he's also a big shot in the world. Yeah, he's a big shot in the computational world. So he knows a lot of people, and I think he then gave me a list of the companies which are looking for people, and I applied there. I luckily got in.
Okay, and that's how.
And I think to get into it, you need a knowledge of these softwares.
At least
the softwares, if not
planning and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
When you mentioned you were designing an exhibition space, you don't design it directly inside the metaverse, right? You design it outside. That's the only way. You can't create anything.
Something very similar, but I think in some metaverses like Sandbox and stuff, we can
create on
it's like
metaverse.
Minecraft. You can just drag and drop or do something.
Okay, now we go into some deep questions.
Oh shit! These are deep enough.
This is like not knowledge based, just like people questions. You said it's an immersive experience. Okay, now let's say I go to Ferrari World, I go on the fast roller coaster, mind blown. I go a month later, mind still blown. Third time, fourth time, by 7th time, I'm like, chalo, I'm expecting it. What happens as a metaverse? How is it going to get more innovative that keeps people interested to stay there?
I mean,
because this is like a Oh my god, it's like
I think like the quality of experience, like right now it's still like a cartoonish animated form. Do you think it'll get like so realistic that it'll be like...
I think so, yeah, because like you have games which are getting realistic and you have a lot of gaming companies which are actually working in the metaverse at the moment. So luckily I was in a firm working for I think 6 to 7 months in a gaming metaverse. So what they're doing is they're creating a game inside the metaverse, and it's a whole realistic game which is like really, really crazy.
But realistic how? Like Sims realistic, like you just do basic stuff?
No, it's actually an MMO, like where you could fight and stuff. So it's like a proper game, like a proper game.
Another question is, now that I brought about the immersive part of it, like, one day getting bored of it, like, can it crash? Can the metaverse crash at any point?
Well, that depends on your Wi-Fi.
How would you describe blockchain and like cloud? How would you explain that to someone who has no idea what architecture is, what computational technology is, anything?
The blockchain is basically handling all the data that it's getting in the metaverse. So it's like data like all your assets and your NFTs if you're creating NFTs inside. So that's what the blockchain handles. And also some parts of the information stored. It's a bit technical, I know. Mostly the metaverse is stored in the cloud.
Okay.
It's basically simpler way to say it's on the internet.
It's on the internet. Let's just put it there.
We got a question like, how do we define ethics and work code in the metaverse?
Nothing yet, right?
I think we're too far away from that. Okay, so we actually got 2 questions. The first one isn't metaverse another platform that we mainly use to capitalize? How's that better for the world? And the second other side, I feel like the metaverse is the end game of the transfer of ownership to the corporation. What do you think? Are you saying that it's so decentralized, this is awesome? Or are you going to be like...
is it a boon or a bane?
So Facebook's going to come and make this whole capitalistic market. Like what is your take on it?
Well, the boom. Well, that's only up to the person to decide whether they want it to be a boom or a bane. But for me personally, I think it's a big boom because you have so much things at the moment going on over there where, like I said, like having exhibits and stuff and actually seeing people like from far away. If someone is in the US or something and they come and interact to you face to face in a virtual world, is a whole different feeling, because I've attended a lot of these workshops inside the metaverse, and I'm seeing all my friends who I've been talking to for a couple of years, and us like hanging out over there and just talking about something else.
Okay. And tips for keeping ourselves.
Yeah, we got an off-topic question. How do you keep yourself motivated?
We interpreted 2 ways. One was, it's such a stressful field to get into, so overwhelming to get into it. Like, how did you motivate yourself to get into it or be a part of it, or,
follow people, like follow the big shots.
Follow him. We will link his buy his NFTs.
Well, the first thing I would say is I kind of surround myself with people that I'm really inspired by.
Okay.
I'm really much, since computational design is a very small community, I feel that it's very, very important to know each other.
Okay.
And once you're really famous in this field, everyone in this field knows you.
And I think the last question we want to end it with a very spooky, cool question is, we'd like to know some metaverse-related conspiracy theories. What if I heard the metaverse? Can she just come back again?
Yeah, for sure.
How are you gonna switch off my internet?
No, I meant like in the metaverse I shoot you.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, how you play on Call of Duty?
Yeah, you should have
So I can shoot
time.
and she just be back. It's kind of a good way to like get us off steam.
Another cool thing that a couple got married in the metaverse.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think their marriage was the first marriage was held on
Yeah.
the metaverse. I think so. That's a good side of it.
I feel like even Kanye West did this for Kim Kardashian. I'm not sure it was a metaverse related thing, but he made a hologram of Robert Kardashian wishing Kim for her 40th birthday. And like his voice, and like it was like a hologram, but like looked very realistic. And he was like, I'm very proud of you for all you've achieved. I'm so glad you got into the legal side of things, just like me. And he's like, I'm also very proud of all my other children for everything you accomplished. It was so realistic, and they were like bawling their eyes out because it just felt so interesting. Which I think is a really cool part of this. I'm sure you can create people from pictures, and you can give a lot of people like the sense of having people around them.
Which is spooky, but it's also really awesome.
It really depends on where your
intentions lie.
For sure.
Like Elon Musk is coming up with the whole Neuralink stuff. I mean, do you think like we could just like forever just exist on Metaverse even though we're physically dead? But do you think you would be happy if you stopped experiencing the physical world, maybe just to eat food or shower or something? Unless I don't know if Metaverse plans on bringing that as well into it. Maybe they just expose you to some light that has some certain nutrients that you need, and that's it. You don't need to eat ever again.
I mean, that's very, very advanced.
I'm sure it'll reach that one.
But does it concern you? Like, you will never have a physical world ever again?
I mean, if you get too addicted and too much dependent on this, then definitely it's going to be taking us all away. But I think at the moment it's really important to know a balance of when to stop and when to start.
That's really cool.
And you stay focused on the positives.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
Now, how about you tell us a little bit about your webinar and how to sign up for the webinar and all the details?
Like, this is a lot of information, but I mean, he's got even more knowledge on this. So if you guys want to learn more,
So tell us like a few webinars that you've had. Like, what have you been teaching in it?
Okay, so I teach mainly about how to create NFTs. We make the models and stuff. We make a lot of cool models. We upload them as an NFT, and you can have your own NFTs and stuff, and probably then put it up in exhibitions in the Metaverse. But I have a upcoming webinar which is on. It's in October.
No, so you can tell. We don't know when we're posting it. Probably we'll post September only.
Probably be around then itself.
It will be in October.
Yeah, so it's going to be in October. I'm not going to tell you the theme because it's a surprise. Yeah, so that's coming up. So we'll be creating a lot of cool avatars. So that's solely in creating avatars. And that's a free workshop. So all you have to do is, I think, just put the link on your story. Yeah, so that's what you have to do. But I think I'll probably be publishing that in the first week of October. So people can see it on my Instagram.
Okay, awesome. So we'll have all the links below. You send us all the details. Everybody has to take up the workshop, especially if you're really wondering on how to do it. He's given us a crash course of everything we need to know so far. But I think this is how we can start making it or being part of the community as well.
Definitely.
But I think that's it. We got every question I've had about it since I've heard about it has now been answered.
Thank you
so much, Aman, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It was really, really nice.
It's so nice to see you as well after such a long time.
We've been meeting after 4 or 5 years, I think.
Give or take, I guess. But
give or take,
but it has been a really great experience. But thank you so much. It was really
insightful.
That's the word. I was going to say knowledgeable, but very insightful. But I just have so much it's like I feel like all the anxiety, overwhelming feeling, intimidation to the topic of NFT and Metaverse has just been like simplified.
I think that's the best way to deal with anxiety. Just learn.
Every time just learn through it, and that's been a good lesson too, and like good examples as well. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Check out
his page, follow his page, attend his webinars,
and link everything down below. Check out everything that he does and we do, everything that you need to be in sync with us. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.